dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for our Paper Saber universe. And this is the New World Podcast. I know. Where have you been, KMB? Well, it's been a long week. Traveling, watching shows here and there, trying to catch up on life. Even though this is my vacation, I have not had a vacation for myself. And I know I missed a week. I know we talked about Monday Night Raw and everything like that with the last podcast. We didn't even get to talk about NXT. Dynamite happened, and a bunch of other stuff happened, with Rampage being the last one. December 27th, 2024, the death of Rampage has come to an end. And on January 1st, here in a couple days, we will get AEW on Max. Guys, I got to see the highlights of World's End. I didn't get to watch World's End because of my week has been so insane. I caught up a little bit on SmackDown and stuff like that. And I'm just going to be all over the place with this episode today. So just bear with me. But I promise I've been working on a structure of getting myself back on the grind, especially with my weight loss. I gained a little bit of weight, folks. I gained a little bit of weight during this break. I am pissed. I am mad, but I'm throwing my ones up like I'm Roman Reigns, and I'm going to get back on the grind because I cannot go back. That is one thing I told myself on this whole weight loss journey. I cannot go back. So let's go. You know, NXT was good. It was good for what it was. I saw the highlights of that. You know, pre-taped show still beat Dynamite, so that was interesting in the ratings and everything like that. And Dynamite itself had a bunch of banger matches and stuff like that. But I'd rather talk about the pay-per-view real quick. So before we talk about anything WWE, let's talk about the pay-per-view, because tonight is the last Monday Night Raw on the USA Network. I didn't even do a picks and predictions for World's End. This is how behind I am. All right. So Toni Storm was on the 0 hour before World's End. She's not even on the card. And her debut was on a Rampage. Then she wrestled on Collision. 2 Squash Gang members beat by Toni Storm. I'm like, what kind of fuckery is this? It's Toni Storm. And I really enjoy the whole storytelling of her having amnesia, not knowing she's been in AEW, not knowing she's been timeless Toni Storm. But seriously? One of your biggest stars is on the pre-show. Not even building her up. I know WWE would not do this to a Charlotte. They would not do this to a Becky. You know, like, you got major stars here, and their debut was on a Rampage. And, yeah, and she's on the pre-show. What? But the show started off with Kyle versus Will. I saw the highlights of that. I believe Will got busted open. But my God, these two know each other in and out of that ring, so I knew it was going to be a banger of a match, you know, this whole Continental Classic thing. And Will Ospreay beat Kyle Fletcher to go to the finals. And then we had the next up, Ricochet versus Okada. Okada beat Ricochet, so I'm like, damn, you don't want to do anything with Ricochet. You want to know what they do with Ricochet? Swerve comes out. Oh, my God. Swerve comes out, tells Trevor the real name of Ricochet, Happy New Year, and throws toilet paper at him. I just did a little short. I put it up on YouTube, everywhere you can stream a Paper Saber Universe, or watch or follow Instagram, Snapchat, Blue Wave, X. I don't know. I'm anywhere and everywhere. But threw toilet paper at this man. Oh, man. I was just like, the disrespect. It was funny is like, I bet they talked about this beforehand. I bet you Swerve had this idea in his head. He's like, hey, man, guess what? Guess what would be a great idea? What if we turn it on the fans and I use it as a heel move to throw toilet paper at you and have everyone throw toilet paper at you like streamers like they do back in the day when it was Ring of Honor or New Japan and stuff like that. Yeah, let's swerve these folks. Let's swerve, right, ladies and gentlemen? No. Did not work out like that, especially in my mind. I was like, what? Ricochet looks more like garbage than he has been since he's been in AEW. Debuting at All in a Battle Royale match that he lost. And he's just been losing, and then he loses this match against Okada. So we got Okada and Will, so we're like, yeah, baby. But the amount of disrespect for Ricochet has been insane. Like the crazy spot with Okada and Ricochet's match, when Ricochet runs the ropes, not Ricochet, Okada, and just slaps his bald head. That was awesome. But I was like, I think everybody in AEW that's like homegrown talent there from the beginning does not like these WWE guys. I think they're like, hey, we built this company. Why, Tony, are you signing these folks? And Ricochet is another talent that has been signed by AEW that has been squandered. And just like a Mercedes Moné, everyone's like, oh, she's garbage. But then she wrestles. They're like, oh, yeah. That Mercedes Moné is like, yes, she's always had this talent. And I think with WWE, they knew her mic skills weren't great, so they limited time to her of what she can do. Same with the Ricochet. And I saw if Ricochet, aha! We riot. I saw that side. I was like, damn. Oh, Ricochet. But now we set up the finals for this Continental Classic, Will and Okada. Then we go to the Tijuana Street Fight for the Women's World Championship. Mariah May and Thunder Rosa. Mariah May gets to win. Thunder Rosa, I don't care. I was thinking, All In's just right around the corner. And we have this Wrestle Dynasty whatever coming up. Everything's going to be streaming on Max, which is nice. But we have Wrestle Dynasty coming up. Little to no promotion for it on AEW television. Like, not even on their social pages, not even on a Tony Khan tweet or whatever. I'm like, does this show matter? Has Tony been like, what? I don't know what's going on with the Wrestle Dynasty show, and it's going to happen, I believe, this week, or is it next weekend? One of those two. Like I said, folks, I'll get back in the mix here soon. The Diamond Ring match, MJF retains the Diamond Ring 6 years in a row or something like that. But the real story here is Kyle O'Reilly coming to the aid of Adam Cole and helping out his buddy. And there's Roderick Strong. The band is back together. The Undisputed Era, Kingdom, is back together without my boy Bobby Fish. One day, hopefully. One day. But MJF, he keeps the Diamond Ring. I'm just wondering if they should just retire the Diamond Ring. Because MJF has won it like 6 years in a row now. Does it matter? I don't think so. But, oh well. The International Championship match, Takeshita versus Hobbs. Takeshita for the win. Who cares? TBS Championship, Chris and Monet. This is where everyone's like, oh my God, Mercedes Monet can wrestle. Yeah, she can wrestle. Yeah, she can. And she's just being booked wrong, and her stories don't matter, but I was really looking forward to Chris versus Mercedes Monet. Number 2, but Mercedes retains the championship. No titles changing hands tonight. But the finals match, I was like, Okada got the win. That is great. Kenny Omega comes out. Oh my God, Kenny Omega's back. Okada and Kenny, let's do this. Rainmaker versus Kenny. Oh, yeah. But then it's just like, what was the purpose of this Continental Classic? Aren't we supposed to build new stars and not rely on older stars? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on it. I just bought a Kenny Omega figure. And I made out this year with a bunch of wrestling figures for the holidays, for Christmas, if you will. But Ricochet losing, I was like, okay. Will losing, I was like, what? Will's been losing a lot. Like Will Ospreay, one of the biggest stars that in the indie operations of things, especially from New Japan, one of the biggest stars brought over. Just, it's flat. It's all so flat. So I'm hoping with this new year, especially with I think Dynamite's going to be on New Year's. I don't know if it's a pre-tape show. I don't know if it's a best-of show because Monday Night Raw is not doing a best-of show. So this time last year, they did a best-of show. This year, they're not. But we're going to get Okada and Kenny Omega again. Then what's the next pay-per-view? I believe Revolution. Whatever. I think that's the next one. Then we have our AEW World Championship 4-way. Moxley versus Jay versus Adam versus Orange Cassidy. Short, yet not sweet. Moxley for the win. What's funny is I forgot how the AEW Championship looks like. I'm joking. But it's been in that briefcase for all this time since Moxley's been champion. It's like, title doesn't matter. Seen more of the TBS. I haven't really seen the TNT champion. But Moxley retains. FTR comes out. I'm like, oh, God. How many times with these guys? I swear. But it's different. You want to know why? Because here comes Adam Copeland. On this day, in St. Clair. Oh my God. I was like, this is where the best wrestle. I don't know. I was just like, cool. Adam's back. That's cool. I think Kenny Omega got a bigger pop than Adam, just saying in this arena. But that's it. And Adam calls Moxley kid. Hey, kid. Yeah. He even calls back to himself. Yeah, I called you kid. I'm like, sit down, man. Sit down. But that was World's End. And I will say the match of the night, I got to say, is Kyle and Will. Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, that was a banger. And those two just know each other so well. If you like the flips and dips and rips and sips, I don't know what that means. But if you like all that stuff in a good, fast-paced match with false finishes up the ass, Kyle and Will brought it to the house. And that's the kind of stuff we love in AEW. But now I want to see with this TV deal and everything, with this new Max streaming and stuff like that, there's some structure to stories, making me care about these stories. And for your last Rampage, Jericho and Bowens, Private Party versus Squash Gang, Thunder Rosa versus Lila Gray, Hook versus Nick. That is really the last Rampage. And then I saw the spot where the Moxley's cult takes out Darby. And this is before World's End. They put his head in the chair. And they're like, oh my God, he's going to kill him. Barely stomps on the man. Yeah, that's that was something. SmackDown though had an okay lineup. It was okay last week. We had Bianca, Naomi, Bayley versus Nia, Tiffy, and Candice. Then Braun versus Theory, Street Profits versus Angel Umberto, and Mello versus Zayn. But I will say the biggest meaty part of the show was the fact that Kevin Owens is out there. He has that winged eagle belt. Nick comes out. And here comes Cody. Here comes my champion. I got a new Cody figure too, which I'm very excited about. I was very, very interested in what was going on here. Because at the end of it, Cody goes at Kevin. And at the Royal Rumble, we are going to have a ladder match between Owens and Cody. And I'm like, oh yeah, baby. Yes. Both titles on the thing? I think so. But Cody and Kevin. And then rumor has it that Cena's winning the Rumble. So, Cena versus Cody at WrestleMania 41 for the Undisputed Championship. And I'm just like, man, part of me, as much as I love Cody is my guy, I would love to see Owens win that championship. It's been too long since this man has been champion. But, man, would it be sweet at Royal Rumble. And you had KO versus Cena. Just saying. That would have just been cool. And then they have their holiday bash shows, and they've been making waves with that on the interweb. CM Punk in a towel robe running out to save Damien in a steel cage. CM Punk just killing it. I'm just seeing people on the X just tweeting photos and videos of just how CM Punk, and then Gunther versus CM Punk. And you got to understand with house shows is that they're testing the audience. That's where the house shows come in. One, wrestlers can have a lot more fun. They can, and there was this great earthquake spot that CM Punk did, I saw. But house shows, I've been to one before, and they're really fun. The wrestlers are much more loose. They're like, I went to one house show, and Braun Strowman was the most entertaining he has been ever. Because there's no pressure on these guys. Like, yes, they're being recorded constantly, but they understand, like, hey, this isn't going to be on air. We might show clips of it here and there, but which I'm hoping tonight they show. And I'm very surprised they're not doing an end of the year Raw like they did last year, where they did the best of Monday Night Raw and everything like that. So, but that's it on the wrestling. I didn't even watch Impact, folks. That's how far behind I am on everything. I'm very excited. I'm glad to be done with the holidays. I know everyone's like, oh, holidays break. I'm like, I'm just glad to be done. I'm glad to move on. Let's go to 2025. Let's make it a new year, not new me. I don't like that stuff. But let's just be better as people, All right? That's what I'm saying. But your boy's going to get back on the grind on all ends now that the holidays are out of the way. All right, y'all? So tell me what you thought of the week. I got to say, World's End was fun. I really don't have no real rating, just more of opinions on the show itself. But I had fun for what I saw and what I've watched this week. And I had to jump on here and talk to y'all folks about it just because it's what I do. And it's something I miss, especially the past month. All right, y'all. Well, that's it. That's all. That is the New World Podcast. Sexy Ninja Cast is coming as well. So a lot more stuff is coming as well. Got some new equipment. Got a new laptop I got for Christmas, which I'm very excited about. It's run smooth. I think this is the first show I'll actually edit on my new computer. Oh, that's exciting. That is exciting. I got a new one. I got new mics, new everything. So it's time to do it up for the year 2025 and make some great content. All right, y'all. Like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Happy New Year! Typically in Japan, they throw the streamers before the match.